The Incredible Hulk has always been one of Marvel's biggest characters, and yet I'm almost clueless when it comes to him. Most of my Hulk knowledge comes from the movies, so I've got no idea of his life story, his supporting cast, or even his rogues gallery. In fact, all I know of Hulk villains is from the 2003 video game, for Christ's sake. I have seen the old movies with Lou Ferrigno, and I did used to watch the 90s cartoon, but I can't remember anything about it except his fit cousin. And I can't allow this to stand. Hulk is well known as the strongest there is, so imagine the dudes who willingly go up against him. I must be oblivious to some sick supervillains. So let's find out what I've been missing. Are they underrated? Or do I not hear about them for a good reason? You may be shocked to see that the first baddie on our Hulk hater list is Zzzax, an electromagnetic monster who first shows up in Hulk 116.
The Destroyer from the Dynamo.
Good title. Oh hey, great news everyone! Hulk is home. New York's a hell of a town, but with Big Green returning, real hell might be preferable. Especially because apparently shit like this can just happen in New York City. Saboteurs assault a local power plant in a bid to mug off the government, but their meddling causes an explosion that brings more than a shock to the city's system. Something within the atomic chamber shudders to life as a chain reaction of electronic surges envelops the facility, and as the energy goes berserk, horrifyingly, it begins to take form. And worse, to take a voice?
We can think with energy from human brains. Must have more. Must need Zzzax.
No! No! Ah! Run for your lives! It's absorbing the electricity from these guys' minds for its own thoughts. There's no way to stop it. You know who we haven't checked in on in ages? Hawkeye. Don't think we've seen him since we did Marvel vs. Doctor Doom. How's it going, Clint? Not too good it seems, because he's binned off the Avengers to strike out on his own. Ballsy. But he's a bit late to the game, isn't he? All the cool bad guys in town like Stiltman already have sworn nemesises. If only a new villain would pop up for Hawkeye to claim as his own. Oh hang on, what's the telly saying? A monster at the power plant? Well, hawk my eye and call me Green Arrow, this monster is about to quiver. It's a good archery joke there, Ryan, well done. Oh yeah, this is a Hulk video, isn't it? Jolly Green has reverted to plain old Robert Bruce Banner, but before the man can even get his bearings, he's swept up by a crowd of civilians on the run from the dynamo demon, Zzzax. But Zzzax moves like lightning. He catches up to Bruce and zaps him good. Starved for bioelectrical energy, the monster prepares for another meal. Maybe we could make a joke about Zzzax eating his greens? Don't worry, Incredible Hulk. Man with bow and arrow has arrived. Hawkeye distracts Zzzax with an electro arrow, but it doesn't do much to short circuit the scoundrel. Good try though. Trying to eat Bruce Banner. That's actually hurt his feelings a little bit, you know. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say Zzzax has made Bruce angry, and I don't think he'll like him when he's angry. Even this entity of living energy absolutely bottles it at the sight of the Hulk. It gives him a zap, but again, all he's done is piss Hulk off. The problem here is the Hulk bloody loves to hit stuff, but Zzzax is a being of pure energy without pants. Hulk is just gonna get shocked if he tries to manhandle the monster, and even chucking stuff ain't working because Zzzax has no body to hit anyway. Phew! Good thing Hawkeye's here. Clint's still trying to get the kill before Hulk so he can claim this victory for himself, and he actually makes a good move here by spraying Zzzax with foam used to put out electrical fires. It doesn't work, but really, good try, Hawkeye. In fact, the absolute balls on Hawkeye. Two titans are clashing here. The villain literally absorbs people whole to power himself up, and good old Barton refuses to get out of the way. I always wonder when shit like this happens, where's Spider-Man? Where's Daredevil? This is New York. There was a news report. yet only Hawkeye cared enough to come. Oh, and there he goes. Zzzax chucks Clint into the river so he and Hulk can go mano a mano. Why Zzzax didn't absorb Clint here, I can't tell you. And Hawkeye even clocks away to power Zzzax down for good. He readies a wire arrow, planning to ground Zzzax for his bad behaviour. And get onto this, he actually pulls it off. Holy shit, everyone. Hawkeye defeated Zzzax. He's stolen the spotlight from the friggin' Hulk. New video title. Underrated Hawkeye villains. Get out of here, Hulk. This is Barton's show now. Nah, but seriously, I came to watch the Hulk kick ass, not Hawkeye. So let's try again with Zzzax. Hulk issue 183 has the return of the living lightning. Oh shit, Hulk, look out! Terrorising the townsfolk is fun and all, but it doesn't pay too well. In the moments between his bouts of smashing stuff, Banner still needs food, so he needs money, so he goes and gets a job. Good for him. This would not be this easy in today's world. Bruce's DBS would be riddled. Banner nails the interview and is taken on as a janitor for a local laboratory. Soul Star Research. And these nerds are onto something special. Scientists Stan, Mark and Alexandria have developed a machine they believe can recollect the bioelectrical energy from any brain in history. Mozart, Shakespeare, Leslie Nielsen. Their ideas can live on if these three can sort out their love triangle. Both boys love Alex. Scandalous in the workplace, that. Bruce is a bit shit at going undercover though, isn't he? He warns these dorks about a miscalculation and reveals who he really is. Luckily though, the trio are actually fans of his work. This must be before the world at large knew that Bruce Banner was the Hulk. They actually invite Bruce to sit in on their final tests. Their machine launches its guiding beam into the electromagnetic spectrum to summon brains long gone. And everything seems to go really well. Until it doesn't. Electronic energies overload their machine, and a familiar figure takes form. Soul Star's device has been designed to seek out and gather in those random electrical impulses which, when called to order, become known as thought. A device which, in doing so, had chanced upon a certain remarkably intense field of psychic energy, a field believed disintegrated several months before by the Avenger called Hawkeye, even though he wasn't an Avenger while it happened, was he? A field of seething electronic madness, once called the Destroyer from the Dynamo, now known only as...
Zzzax! Zzzax lives! Zzzax thinks! Zzzax hungers!
Stan, look! Oh! Quick, zip your helmets on before it's too late! But Alex, she's been injured! The supercharged supervillain wastes no time in feasting on the big brainwaves the scientists give out. Stan runs to help the fallen Alex, but in getting between Zzzax and his meal, Stan has instead put himself on the menu. But Zzzax is a growing boy. One swallowed scientist isn't going to fill his belly, but now that Bruce is transforming once again into the gamma-powered gladiator, Zzzax is about to eat a knuckle sandwich. But oh no, Hawkeye's not here to save you this time, Hulk. And weirdly, Zzzax seems to have absorbed some of Stan's very psyche because the monster starts to develop feelings for Alexandria. Now that's what I call brain food. Makes another King Kong reference in a Marvel book. Zzzax takes his bride to the top of the rain-soaked tower for some alone time, but the only smashing getting done round here will be from our Jade Giants. Hulk stalks the newlyweds, but just like before, punching does nothing to this high-voltage horror. He's a living surge of electricity. How are you meant to fight that? Well, Hulk finds a way somehow, even as Zzzax tries to absorb all the power from Hulk's brain. Big Green brings the pain. But the killing blow isn't delivered by Hulk. Instead, it's the remaining scientist, Mark. From his helicopter, he harpoons Zzzax with a lightning rod and flies right into the heart of the thunderstorm, catching a bolt that shorts out Zzzax for good. I actually quite enjoyed Zzzax. He was a big, scary monster that only wanted to eat people, no sympathetic backstory or nothing. I am a little bit baffled at what created him though. Was he just a freak atomic accident from the power plant's core getting overloaded? Or was he always there, lying in wait. Hulk, being Hulk, spending most of his time as a brute with a child-level intellect. His bad guys don't need to be too complex. Let's face it, we're here to see Hulk punch monsters, and this delivered. And we did get kind of a team-up of sorts thanks to Hawkeye, even though Hulk is a very solitary creature. He lives a very lonely life, our Hulk. But that doesn't mean his bad guys have to as well, because up next... the UFOs. 4 fantastic new enemies. Hey, do these new bad guys remind you of anyone? This guy looks like a pain in the arse to draw. Hulk is actually sad that he's got no mates. He's screaming into the desert air, lamenting his loneliness. And look at all the stars tonight, beautiful. They're certainly a social bunch, aren't they, them stars up there? Share your secrets with Hulk, stars. How does Hulk become a social butterfly? Jesus, tonight he can leap, can't he? He's left friggin' gravity. But it seems even a Hulk needs oxygen. Down, down, down he plummets. This looks painful, but something tells me he's gonna be fine. Meanwhile, business tycoon and man of power, Simon Utrench. I'm gonna go with Utrench because it's UFOs. He seems to have it all. Financial power, political power, everything but superpower. And don't worry, he's got a plan for that too. He's funding a private spaceflight to recreate the origins of the Fantastic Four. Hey, it worked for the Red Ghost and his Super Apes. Utrench intends to take his crew up, get blasted by cosmic rays, and return to Earth with so much power they'll be unstoppable. And his science crew of Mike, Jimmy and Ann are eager to accept the journey to the stars. This is why you should keep your power's origins a secret, Richards. People are going to get space cancer trying to become the next Mr. Fantastic. This fabulous foursome rocket off into the stars, their self-funded mission known only by them, and their accidental witness, Bruce Banner. Banner gingerly advances to the launch site looking for a shirt to wear, and is shocked to discover these idiots have purposefully flew up without cosmic shielding. All part of their plan, of course, but Banner doesn't know that. Bruce watches in horror as satellite recordings show the spaceship getting absolutely battered by cosmic rays. The crew within begin to shift to something far beyond human, their environments altering their DNA forever. Bruce panics. He quickly charts a course on the computer that will return the cruise ship to Earth, crashing down more or less where they launched from. But was he quick enough? Are the crew safe? Are they even alive? More than merely alive, it worked! Utrench's squad emerge, pulsating with power. Bet you they're fuming that the name Frightful Four is already taken. Now more than mankind, the UFOs are fuming they returned too early thanks to Banner's interfering. So the cosmic rays work like an oven then, mate. Stay in too long and you'll just get burned. Utrench rechristens himself Vector and telekinetically chucks a rock at Banner's head. And now Vapor chokes Bruce out with poison fumes before Mike, now Ironclad, crushes him. Jimmy, now named X-Ray, blasts Banner with burning radiation rays, and puny Banner can take no more. Ironclad, whose real name was Mike Steele before this, how's that for destiny, decides that their new power makes them rightful rulers of Earth, and he even coins the term UFOs. But foes of whom, you might ask? Only the incredible friggin' Hulk. Oh, they're shitting themselves now. Fair enough, I mean, they've had the powers 5 minutes and now they've got to fight the Hulk. But still, telekinesis, turning into airborne chemicals, solid steel body, and radioactive energy blasts. These guys are stacked. Anyone but the Hulk. And I'd be quite worried. Oh shit, they're already doing combo moves. X-Ray superheats metal that Vector coats on Ironclad, so he hits with red hot fury. Maybe even the Hulk's screwed here, you know. Unless he takes a page out of the UFO's book and starts tag teaming. Hulk uses Ironclad as a weapon and chucks him right at Vector, who bounces him to X-Ray, who launches a barrage of radiation to deflect him on again, using their own powers against him, and people think Hulk is thick. This being the you fools' first fight, they clumsily get in each other's way to a comedic level. VapOUr bends at X-Ray's touch, Ironclad is bonked by his own crew ragdolling him around. A Fantastic Four they're not. Jesus Christ, VapOUr, she set herself on fire, what an idiot. But this does motivate the rest of the team to nut up. They start to form a united front against the muscle-bound monster. VapOUr gets herself back under control, but as Vector tries to help her, she's bounced away by his repellent telekinesis. Turns out, he can't turn it off. He can never touch anything ever again. His gift, a curse. And the rest don't fare much better. X-Ray is a walking source of cancer, emanating deadly radiation with every step, enough to debilitate even Ironclad. This dream team turns into a nightmare, and the worst is still to come. Their new powers go so out of control that their mortal forms can't contain it. Overloaded with cosmic energy, the UFO's own powers destroy them. Ironclad is weighed down, VapOUr dissipates. Vector, this is funny, Vector's power deflects the air from his mouth so he can't breathe. Jesus H. Christ, dude. And X-Ray, the radiation-based Human Torch wannabe, just explodes. And even Hulk doesn't know what the hell happened there. These four were boss, they were an evil Fantastic Four with genuinely sick powers. Apparently in Marvel, space travel just guarantees superpowers. Red Ghost and his super apes got their powers the exact same way as the UFOs. If Marvel's government wants powered operatives so badly, why are they blowing loads on super soldier programs? Just shoot some Marines into orbit. Have the UFOs ever fought the actual Fantastic Four, or would that ruin the running joke? This is the kind of shit I like in Hulk comics. This level of power gives Big Green a good fight without just having him battle another Gamma monster. But that's not to say we can't have Gamma monsters. In fact, for our final foe, we're gonna die out slowly with a guy called Half-Life. Him I remember from the early 2000s video game, but he looked a little bit different in that. I think he's some kind of energy vampire zombie. Let's find out. The Incredible Hulk, issue 334. A spooky scene at Miller Heights Cemetery. A man stands in shadow as a decaying, disgusting corpse comes to life to do his bidding. And he talks. This reanimated cadaver isn't the only local mystery. Strange murders plague this desert town, the latest of which was of a man named Lenny who works for the local ambulance service. His co-workers found Lenny's corpse alongside another, unidentified, mutilated body. A serial killer stalks the streets, so thoroughly masked in shadows that police have zero idea who it could be. Death. So much death that even the coroner can't take it much longer. But if that's the case, I've got good news for him. He doesn't have much longer. The killer was the corpse all along, but he's not just out slaying for fun and games this time. He's got a job to do. Hulk! A somewhat smarter and now grey Goliath leaps through the wilderness, lamenting his hatred of puny Banner. But something in Hulk's core calls out to him. A gentle pull, leading him on. Through a gamma-based link in the forms of the monsters, Hulk is pulled directly to his newest nemesis, Half-Life, dead and loving it. Just like our Hulk, Half-Life is also a gamma-based monster. He rises at night to feast on the living, then returns to his grave by sunlight. But he's hungry now, and Hulk looks delicious. Despite being not even a third of Hulk's size, Half-Life takes a punch and gives one just as well. He's siphoning Hulk's own strength and dealing it back to him. Half-Life screams about how his life was stolen from him, his wife, his job, and now all that can satiate him is a good gamma meal. But complain all he wants, Hulk doesn't give a shit. Why would he care what Half-Life was? Hulk literally tears the zombie limb from limb, leaving the jigsawed corpse to rot. Fight one, right? Perhaps. But Half-Life's got one gamma bomb left to drop. The truth of his origins. A gamma bomb explosion had turned a humble professor into the undead monster he is today. He comes to life at night, absorbing life from any unfortunate enough to cross his path, and he'd hoped the Hulk's boundless energy might return him to normal. Maybe if he'd just asked instead of trying to eat him. But the true bombshell, the explosion that killed Half-Life, was the same gamma bomb that Bruce Banner himself had developed. Bruce Banner is to blame for Harvey's excruciating existence, and though he lost this one, he's not done yet. The mysterious man who sent Half-Life against place? None other than the loathsome leader. He's like Lex Luthor for gamma stuff. He's devised a way to make Half-Life whole again in Hulk 342. Look at that head, dude. Jesus Christ, he's hideous. Half-Life is unhinged. To him, every woman he sees is his beloved wife, Barbara. But when he gets close enough to the innocent girls to realise they're not Barb, it's already too late for them. If anyone can help our dearly departed pal, it's the leader. But favours from Samuel Stearns don't come cheap. The leader orders Half-Life to kill the Hulk and steal a gamma bomb for him. And the undead underling is happy too. I like it when supervillains get on nicely with each other. Makes a nice change. It isn't really mentioned, but Half-Life's got a costume now. I'm gonna assume Leader geared Half-Life up with a super suit to upgrade his strength or resilience or something so Hulk can't just rip his limbs off again. Now that's forward thinking, really putting that big brain to good use. Wasting absolutely no time at all, Half-Life attacks Hulk at his mate's house, nearly absorbing another woman's energy before Jolly Grey gets a hold of him. He's so demented, he believes every woman he sees to be his wife. Hulk starts a beatdown, but that energy is exactly what the zombie wants. Already, he's feasting on Hulk's power, sapping his strength and using it as his own. It's a crafty idea actually, can't outfight the Hulk, so make him fight himself. Oh and yeah, it's confirmed the armour is to keep him together. Ah, so the leader does care after all? Holy shit, he's actually doing it! Half-Life is gonna suck the life from the Incredible Hulk, reinvigorate himself with gamma-powered energy, and get his life back on track. Barbara's gonna be so happy, not even getting suddenly flung away can scuff Half-Life's smile. Grey Hulk is smarter than his green counterpart. He doesn't just jump back at Half-Life for another throwdown. He knows the closer he gets, the weaker he gets. Hulk decides to keep his distance. But it's too late for that. The power Half-Life's already stolen is more than enough to put him on par with the Hulk. Nothing our hero can throw at the zombie will stop this bloodthirsty assault. There's a cool page. Not even a full force slam by the Hulk can slow Half-Life down anymore. All that move has done is put Hulk back in groping distance. This grey Goliath, this ashen Adonis that once was the Hulk, is drained of his muscle, his power, his very being by the sinister Half-Life. Finally, Hulk understands what it's like to be puny. Meanwhile, Half-Life becomes a gamma-powered prince. He's done it. Beaten the Hulk. He's used the gamma juice to restore himself to life. He can go home. He can live again. He can love again. But what's this? Hulk may be about to die, but the monster claims Half-Life will be scared to live. Hulk's energy restored Half-Life to normal. For now. But who knows how long that'll last. He's gonna live the rest of his days terrified of the second his power runs out, returning him to the decaying shamble of a man he truly is. And rather than face the truth of life with a time limit, Half-Life punches the clock himself. All that just to kill himself. Nice try, Half-Life. You were cooler in the game though. Spookier. Even the leader doesn't seem too arsed that his lackeys died, but I am. He seemed like he had potential. Ah well. Half-Life actually wasn't too bad. His first issue was great. A gamma zombie that awakens to feast on life energy. That's a boss idea. He could have easily been a recurring bad guy because it's not like Hulk could permanently kill the undead zombie. And he even had that tragic backstory tying him in with the hero, but it all seems a bit wasted if he just blows himself up after getting exactly what he wanted. Maybe they could have used him as like a gamma vampire who hunts other gamma characters to absorb their power, or we could have had him infuse others with his own radiation, turning them into kinda similar zombies. That could be fun. Mini zombie virus outbreaks for the heroes to stop. I would be surprised if Half-Life had never teamed up with Deadpool. He seems like the type of character to pop up in a Deadpool book. Probably is just a talking head because he think they're funny, don't they? There is definitely more potential here though, and being undead anyway, it's so easy to just bring him back. So, I am pleasantly surprised. I half expected a problem similar to Iron Man villains where they all seemed derivative from the hero, but there wasn't a single anti-Hulk in sight here. Even the gamma-powered baddie we did look at was unique. Good job, Hulk villains! My favourite was probably the UFOs. It had evil versions of the world's greatest heroes versus the planet's strongest monster, and they were all so creative and just fun. Then Zzzax pleasantly surprised me as well. For a mindless monster, he had a good thing going, absorbing people's brains to power himself up. He genuinely felt like an old horror movie monster from like the 50s. What other incredible evildoers does Hulk have? Who's your favourite? Let me know, and if I can, I'll check him out as well. Just don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.